Yo, I got a new intro for you guys. I know you guys have been listening. The people who have been listening, they've been hearing me say podcast going way up, but I got a new intro for you guys today, all right? Psych! Podcast going way up. Welcome to the 4th episode of Sideline Saturdays. I'm your host, Jelani Smith, 19 years old, communications major out of South Suburban College, aka Milk Chocolate Delight, aka Big Papa Pump, aka the best podcast in the world. I'm just kidding, it's not the best podcast in the world, at least not yet. Maybe it is right now, I don't know. But I got a special guest for you guys today. I brought along the Brody with me, another one of my homies, Dakota. Got to shout you out last week. That was an amazing episode that you did. But I got another Brody on, a super talented, ultra talented Brody with me. I got Ace, aka Artis, aka the Brody. What's up? What's going on?
Oh shit, nothing much.
Nothing much. For you guys that don't know him, if you're not subscribed to his YouTube channel right now, and I suggest before we do anything, YouTube channel, what is it now?
Ace of BSK.
Ace of BSK, go check it out. It's on YouTube. Go subscribe to the channel. You're talking, in my opinion, I listen to rappers, and you guys know that. I'm pretty much a music head. I think 2 weeks ago, you guys saw my top 5 rappers list. Artis to me, and I'm not even, this ain't no tip riding shit. This ain't just because he's my friend, he's my homie. Literally, he's one of the most talented I've heard, to be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. I think he's one of the better, lyricists I hear nowadays.
I appreciate it.
Man, no problem. But how do we meet again?
My sophomore year in high school and your junior year in high school.
Mm-hmm. If I remember correctly, we met, it was gym class.
Yeah, in gym.
And I remember the first impression, this is funny. For people that know me, I'm a weird ass nigga. Let's be real with you. I am kind of weird. You guys just heard my intro. That was a little bit extra. But when I met Artis, I remember I was in gym class and it was random. And you came at me with a joke out of nowhere. I forgot what happened. There was somebody else in our class that made that happen. Who?
Nah, I was with my friends.
Who was it?
And they was I guess y'all was in the same class.
Yeah.
And then you was just standing by them, so I just said something to you, I think.
It was a joke, and I was like, what the fuck? It was a little bit off the hinges a little bit. And I was like, that's the first impression I got of Artis was. It's this nigga kind of weird a little bit. But I mean, not super weird, but just I was like, I can't remember what the joke was.
Yeah, that was before I grew up.
And that was your second year at South, right? Your freshman year. Where'd you go freshman year?
I went to that freshman year.
Freshman year?
Yeah. That's when I came out here around that time.
So what about, oh, okay, so where'd you go to middle school?
I went to middle school in J.N.A. Neal. And then I finished I went to 8th grade in a school called Heritage.
Okay, oh, that's right, you did go to Heritage,
Yeah.
That's right. I ain't gonna lie to you. I went to Memorial myself, and I did not. I like Memorial, I love Memorial, shout out Memorial, I guess, but I actually have more Heritage friends than I have Memorial friends. I actually ended up being friends more with the Heritage kids than I was the Memorial kids. The Memorial kids was bougie. I ain't like them niggas, bro.
Yeah, that one little year I spent at that school was ass. I hated that school.
What, a Heritage or Memorial?
Yeah, I should have stayed in the city. That shit was fucking.
Was it corny?
Yeah.
It was corny.
Yeah, it was I don't know, I just didn't like it at all. It was different. I don't know.
But also for you guys that do not know, I've only been knowing Artis since I was 17. I'm 19 years old now. But he's grown to be literally one of my closest friends. We talk about a lot of stuff with each other, especially over the last 2 years. When we first started out, it was the gym class thing, but then after that, we ended up having Spanish together. And you were actually the only person that I knew in Spanish. And I didn't even know you like that. We had that one instance at the gym, but then when I came in the classroom, I was mad as fuck because I'm looking, I'm like, there's nobody in here that I know, literally nobody at all. But then I knew you a little bit, so that's gravitated towards you a little bit.
Yeah, I only knew 2 people in it.
Man, and then that class ended up being a lot of fun. But when I first got in there, no, that shit looked it looked tired. I'm not gonna lie to you, it looked bogus, it looked jacked. And then we ended up becoming close friends. We not as much now. You go to Eastern Illinois now. How's it been over there?
Yeah, it's decent. It's quiet though.
Quiet.
Really, yeah. And besides on the weekend when they be partying and shit.
Is it a lot of how's the parties? Matter of fact,
it's decent. The few I've been to is decent.
Decent.
Yeah.
You made a lot of friends, or the niggas kind of
I made a few friends. There's a few people from high school that go there, and I made some new ones while I got down there.
I heard that shit was TF South 2.0, but I mean, I go to South Suburban College. That's literally all there is of TF South niggas up in there, bro.
Not University of Illinois is the second TF South.
Is it really, or is it Illinois State?
Both.
Both of them,
Yeah.
Because I be hearing about a lot of Illinois State niggas that I gotta stop saying that word. That's gonna be another episode for another day, y'all. I be using the N-word too much. And my mom told me I should make an episode where I discourage that, and I'm gonna do it. But for this episode, if I use it it's force of habit. I'm sorry. But like I said, it's Jelani Smith, it's Artis, it's Sideline Saturdays. We're gonna be talking about basically, since Artis is here, and he's a rapper, talented rapper. We're going to be talking basically what's his top 5 favorite rappers of all time, like I gave you guys 2 weeks ago. He's going to talk about the new rappers that he likes today, who are his biggest inspirations, all that plus some. So you guys stay tuned. It's Sideline Saturdays. We'll be right back. Yo, we back on Sideline Saturdays. It's Jelani Smith with Artis, aka Ace.
What's up?
We're gonna talk a little bit about hip hop. Like, we're gonna delve into the whole thing pretty much. So, I know you saw the second episode, didn't you? Or you listened to it?
Oh yeah, I seen it.
So, my top 5 favorite rappers of all time. Favorite, not best, not most influential. I told you guys that already for the people that do listen. First off, before we keep going, I love all the people that do listen and support and give critiques to all. A lot of love to you. Got nothing but love for you. But if you remember, 2 episodes ago, I said that I gave you guys a list of my top 5 favorite rappers of all time. Number 5 for me was Lauryn Hill. Number 4 was Nasty Nas. Number 3 was Tupac. Number 2 was Biggie. Number 1 was Kanye West for me. And I got a little bit of some reception from people for my list. First off, people said that the segment overall was good, but they were surprised that I had Kanye. Some people were surprised that I didn't have Kendrick. Kendrick was actually number 6 on my list. And I think I would have probably put like maybe J. Cole at 7, maybe J. Cole at 7 or 8, one of them two. Like, he's in my top 10. He's somewhere like that. But I say all that to say, Artis, who are your top 5 rappers of all time?
Of all time, number 5 starting off is I'd say Twista, just because he don't get enough credit, and like the shit he was saying is actually like what people was living at the time. And it was like he did it so vividly, and he talked so fast, but you can understand every word he said. And every time you listen to it, you find something like new. And that shit just like intrigues me. And number 4, I'll say Eminem, just because he like, to me, he's my favorite wordsmith, but so like you just can't listen to his stuff in certain places. Like, you can't just ride down the street listening to Eminem. They gonna look at you stupid as hell.
Slim Shady LP, you can't listen to that motherfucker. If you ever listen to Slim Shady LP, I'm not gonna repeat it because that's a little too graphic, some of the stuff, but he's got some of my some crazy bars.
He got music you listen to in a room.
Yeah, by yourself.
You don't listen to no else.
Yeah. I'm not gonna, I can't even listen to his music before you keep going. I can't even listen to his music no more. Like, I don't know if I'm in a different place in my life now, or like if something like, I don't know. But like, I used to be able to listen to his music. Like, he's got a song off the Marshall Mathers LP called Kill You, I think. That's the first song, I think.
Yeah.
He's like, she used to tell me my daddy was an evil man. She used to tell me he hated me. And he said, like, you know,
talking about he's gonna rape his mama.
Yeah, all that different stuff. I listened to it. I tried like a week ago to listen to it, and I couldn't listen to it. Like, for what I was like, I can't listen to them say this shit.
I don't listen to him too frequently. That's
I can't. At least old Eminem. Let's get back to your list. I'm sorry.
Number 3, I'll say number 3 is Nas, just because he's like the most, what's the word? And like, he inspires a lot of people.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
To do what they do, and like his music is like timeless. Like, you can't listen to a lot of old New York rappers, to be exact, and like listen to it, and like the shit just sound old. But his just sounds like it came out like a week ago. It sounds like Kendrick, like the same type of stuff he rap about, but it's like better to me. But it's not the same style. It's just like the same. Like, they got the same kind of skills, same kind of technical ability. Like, it's it's like
they be on the same.
The quality is the same.
I know what you're saying. For people, because I've heard this plenty of times, not from you or from like, not none of my close friends. They haven't said this, but I've heard like on the street. I've heard from, I believe it was DJ Vlad, and from some other people. They say Nas only has one classic album. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think Nas only got one bad album or 2 bad albums. Life is Good and
I say that.
Nostradamus. Them the only 2 bad albums he ever had to me.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's not like bad. It's just not like, I don't think he ever had a bad album. I just think it's like not like as high as the other ones are. I think they're just good, and the other ones are great. That's
what I be trying to say, and everybody be like, no, it's just, not everybody, but some people be like, nah, it's just Illmatic, and then the rest of them is
Nah.
Or I'm like, bro, you can't be Nas with only just a classic album. That's not what makes Nas, bro. That's not how that shit works.
First of all, he got Stillmatic. That's
dope as fuck. That's classic.
He got, what you call it?
Oh, you're talking about it was Roots Written?
Yeah, that shit just cold as hell too.
I Am.
I like I Am. It wasn't like that.
Lost Tapes.
It was. The Lost Tapes was decent too.
I like Lost Tapes.
He just came out with another one too.
Did he? He came out with Lost Tapes 2 or 3?
2.
I didn't listen to it. I didn't listen to a whole lot of it. I saw the reception on it. It was a little bit mixed, but I might have to check that out, to be honest with you. But like you were saying about Nas, the technical ability, and I said it last time when I was on my podcast. I said nobody ever made my jaw. Well, now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, the only person make my jaw drop like that many times, like listening to his lyrics, was Nas for me. Like Eminem, I'm gonna be honest with you, he's up there too. If you guys ain't heard of MF Doom, LP, or like the underground rappers, Immortal Technique, guys like that, they'll make your jaw drop like a motherfucker. Whew. Immortal Technique, something else, man. He don't get enough credit for how good of a rapper he is. Razkaz, KRS-One actually don't get enough credit that he deserves.
Nah, he get too much credit.
KRS-One?
He good, but he just overconfident.
That's just because he used to come in loud as he used to come in loud as fuck with all his songs and stuff like that.
I don't know, he's just like an old head to me.
He is though.
He good, like you gotta give him his credit though. Mm-hmm. Like I listen to him and everything. It just sometimes he just be seeming too much, like he's too cocky.
He's a little bit on the old side. Like I remember if I listen to Ice-T, I'll be like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'll be like, it don't fit me nowadays. Like there's some, we talked about this before where you were talking about you can't listen to a whole lot of older rappers now, it's too slow.
Yeah, it's like you can listen to it, but only when you like just like in that mood. You can't just ride around listening to it.
Like 2 years ago, I used to listen to Tribe Called Quest like on the daily. If I listen to it now, it's like I'll be like, this is just, it's good, but it's just too slow.
Like some of the lyrics are more basic too.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Because rap was in a different time back then, and it wasn't as evolved as it is now.
But with Nas, it's like it's not. It still sounds like
he's transplanted to today.
Yeah, the stuff he's talking about is still relevant too.
Let me ask you, what do you think? Who do you think is? I'm putting you on the spot with this one. Like in terms of lyricists, like Nas, JID, where?
Nas. JID just came out like 2 years ago. You gotta give some time.
Yeah, JID is tough though. Everybody here should know who JID is. Off these Strawberries, like the album just came out. That boy he's gonna be up there sooner or later. They compare it to Kendrick Lamar a lot of times, but that boy he's tough. Probably shouldn't have went with that one. It's a little too early for that one, but watch out for JID. He's tough. What's number 2 on your list?
Number 2, I say gotta be Tupac. He would be number 1 because his music is timeless too, but my number 1 is like a special spot. But Tupac, he was like special too, but he, like, I don't know. It just like, he's the most prolific rapper, but he ain't come in at the right time in my life. Mm-hmm. Like he was in like throughout my whole life, but he ain't like really inspired me to afterwards. Like
So after his death or like
when I started rapping.
And I said it 2 weeks ago. I said Tupac, and I'm gonna ask you this question in a second, but I said Tupac is the only rapper to make me like, I don't know if this happened to you, he made me visibly emotional listening to his lyrics actually. When I listened to Shed So Many Tears off Me Against the World, I was like, whoa, like this, because Biggie, he made me feel a certain type of way too when I listened to his music.
Biggie just headbot music.
Man, it is, but I thought Suicidal Thoughts, the way that album ended, Everyday Struggle, some of the things he said off some of the other albums, it was like, damn, like, this dude really be going through it.
Yeah.
I've heard XXX. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna say I'm not a fan because I'm starting to hear his music more and it's decent.
Yeah.
And it's wrenching, like heart wrenching a little bit. But I ain't heard enough to say. But I do hear from certain people that X is he could really tap into your emotions.
Yeah, but Tupac, like, I don't know. I seen an interview. They said it was Shock G. He said he raps from the back of his nose, raps from Nas rap from the back of his throat, and Tupac rap from his stomach. And that like perfectly explained it because like you could feel everything he's saying because it's like coming from the bottom all the way up out his mouth. Mm-hmm. And like the words, like the way he put his words together, and he just like ride the beat and got like he just like matched everything perfectly. And it was like he's like perfect timing and everything.
And it was like not too many people rap with more passion in them too. You know what I'm saying? Like you could just hear that, whether it was anger, like when you hear Hit 'Em Up, like you hear anger and rage, especially
I
fucked your wife and like all that boy. And then when he said at the end, he was like West Side Ride or Die. What the fuck, whatever he said. It was like, dude.
The stuff he be talking about be relatable too, cause like,
No, I get what you're saying for sure because that's why I said it 2 weeks ago. I'm gonna reference that a decent amount, but like his direct approach of rapping, like. Once you like, it's cool. It's always cool. I always say when you hear a rapper and like you get what they saying exactly at the time that they say it. That should be kind of dope to me. You know who's like the king of that to me? Lil Wayne. Like Lil Wayne can like get off a clever bar, but you'll know what he's talking about, and then you be like, like that's cool. Like,
Lil Wayne is he an honorable mention. I was listening to Kind of Full recently.
That's the only nigga I ever. You ever heard Mrs. Officer?
Who haven't heard that?
Did you hear the part when he talking? He's talking about Rodney King beat it like a cop.
Yeah.
That what the fuck?
He said it like 10 times.
Oh my god! I was like, look, oh my god! I was like, I didn't realize it. Like I had heard that song when did Carter 3 come out? Like 2008, 2007, something like that. Yeah. I used to bob my head, and me and my friend Jalen, when we was like in 3rd grade, we used to we used to go crazy with that. But I didn't know about Rodney King back then, and then like I was just singing it, just saying this shit, and like. Nobody ever stopped me either. So when I heard that, I'm like, what the? I had to rewind. I'm like, you didn't just say that, did you? But he the king. He the king of like the clever bars, and you get them off, and you can hear him directly right there.
Yeah.
But so number 2, Tupac.
No, number 1, it got to be Ice Cube. I get a lot of what you call it for this. But yeah, I get a lot of backlash for this.
Ice Cube, dope.
But he's like, he influenced the whole. Like, modern rap, he influenced the whole thing. Cause everybody was scared to talk how they was talking until he wrote him and the rest of NW, well, Eazy-E. Mm-hmm. But MC Ren too, but he didn't really do that much. Mm-hmm. But Ice Cube, he was like a legend, a living legend. And he inspired me to rap personally too, because I remember one time, I was at my mama's house, we had this little apartment in there. We used to be listening to the music channel all the time. Mm-hmm. And then one time it came on, like, and I was like, what is this? And all I heard was, it was Gangsta Gangsta. He said, his little something about a nigga like me. And that's all I heard. And that shit just, like, it just dropped. Gangsta. And then I knew he used to write Eazy-E shit too. So it was just like, he did everything, basically. He was like, I don't know.
For a while, like, I just recently, like, to be honest with you, like, I've been a hip hop head, I want to say for real, for like, it hasn't been that long, like 5 years maybe. And so, like, for a while, before I heard Ready to Die, my favorite album that I had ever heard was Death Certificate.
Yeah, that's my favorite album too.
That shit is so, like, there's not a bad song on that album.
I was raised off that album. Like, most of the stuff I learned from off that album. That's why. Man. And it's like, I wasn't a hip hop head until I heard NWA and heard what he was saying. And then he put me onto all the old rappers, and then I was like, I got a sense of the roots and where it came from. Then after that, I started listening to more modern rappers over time. So yeah, it's like because of him, I got like a generalized look at rap because of him.
So you got basically like a bigger outlook because of him. Like he put you onto a bunch of different rappers, like not just himself, but NWA and then onwards, like onto other rappers and stuff like that. I think Ice Cube for me, like. And that's how, I mean, you could see his comedic chops, like, when he was in them doing it. If you heard the entire album, you heard the skits, some shits was funny, I'm not gonna lie to you. But one of my favorite
satire.
songs, you know what I'm saying? It was funny to me. And then I remember, like, hearing Steady Mob, and that's one of my favorite songs.
He said, coming out feeling about 10 pounds. That shit was cold.
Coming out feeling about 10 pounds lighter. That shit, to me, that's funny. I liked...
I know that whole album front hand, back
really? I remember True to the Game, and I remember him talking about MC Hammer, I think, on that. He's like, stay true to the game. I can't remember.
He
like,
called him an Oreo or something.
Yeah, he's like, you little Oreo cook. I forgot what he said.
My favorite was Steady Mob, but it was doing dumb shit. That shit was funny.
I know what you're talking about. You know what's bad about me, though? I can't really, like, it's be hard for me to remember stuff, so I can't remember, like, lyrics exactly, but I do remember that song, and that shit was kind of dope. Ice Cube, also another thing about Ice Cube is really just like I talk about the direct approach. And also the fact that he was able to speak up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because back then, I mean, you had Rakim before, if I'm not mistaken. You have Rakim before NWA. Rakim tough. I mean, he's the one most influential. Are you going?
I think Rakim is tied at number 3.
Ooh, with Nas.
Yeah, I forgot about Rakim. You brought that back.
Rakim.
Because they basically the same but different generations.
Mm-hmm. Well, they also talked about different things too. Rakim was like more of like he was braggadocio with it.
Yeah, but like the way they said they stuff was the same. Like you didn't catch it until like until right after they said it.
And Rakim he didn't put rappers on, but basically everybody took from Rakim at that point.
He was like the first actual real lyrical rapper.
Mm-hmm. Him and Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah.
Him and Big Daddy.
But Big Daddy Kane wasn't lyrical. He was just like he wasn't lyrical to me.
Not as lyrical as Rakim.
Like if you look at him and Big Daddy Kane and Rakim, it's like Nas and Biggie. Like it's the same thing, really.
I get what you're saying. Like one was smooth, but
Jay-Z, yeah.
One was smoother, but one had more of the technical ability. Yeah. One could rap a little bit better. I get what you're saying. Because I mean, Rakim with a pen, ain't too many dudes better with a pen than Rakim. Maybe nobody. That dude could. He can rhyme anything together. Goddamn it. And so number 3 would be they're tied.
Yeah.
What about Big? You don't have Big Daddy Kane, I'm guessing.
No, I don't really listen to him like that. I like a couple songs he made.
Yeah. But. I mean, well, after his first album, he went all love train shit on niggas, and it didn't go over too. It didn't go over as well as people would have liked it to. But so there's your top 5 rappers. Can you go over? What was it again?
All right. So number 5, Twista. Number 4, Eminem. Number 3, Nas and Rakim. Number 2, Tupac, and number 1, Ice Cube.
Shout out Twista, because I didn't think he was gonna come with that one. So I mean, me personally, like I ain't heard a lot of Twista, but I mean maybe I should probably get into it a little bit.
He said something. The Adrenaline Rush is like one of the best Chicago albums of all time. Like better than all the drill mixtapes and albums that came out to me. But
so you being a rapper, being a lyrical rapper, in my opinion, who's your biggest hip hop inspiration, if you have any, or is it multiple?
There's multiple, but my biggest is like I said before, Ice Cube, Nas, Tupac, basically everybody on my top 5. Really. But I take from like everybody I listen to. I learn different shit that I could do and incorporate in my music. So that's why it's like I got a lot of like shit I gotta say, like a lot of styles.
So what's your subject matter? What do you usually talk about? For people that don't know and hadn't listened to the music yet, what does your subject matter really consist of?
I usually talk shit. I rap about politics, race. I rap about everything under the sun, everything I know about. That's what I rap, because I ain't trying to limit myself to like one box. Because that's how you get like a limited base.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you want to broaden yourself.
Yeah. I rap about everything that I know of.
Mixtape name? People that don't know?
Shit, I might change it. I ain't gonna
might change it. What is it right now?
I don't know.
You don't want... Well, I'll put his music on. I played it last week for people that listened to last week's episode. I played Who single off the mixtape. I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be, or is it just a single mixtape off the mixtape?
It's gonna be on the mixtape, but it was just a single.
Right. And like I said, if you guys hear it and you hear what he's saying, you're gonna know what I'm talking. You're gonna know what I'm talking when I turn into lyrical.
Yeah, that's not even like it wasn't to me. It went like the most lyrical one I could find or do. But it was just like me having fun. That's my first single. I got a group channel too, so that was like me breaking off from that for a second. I'm still with them though. So.
Let me switch lanes a little bit with you. So we talked about your top 5 favorite rappers of all time.
Yeah.
What new rappers, like, before you go, like new rappers today that like you listen to? For me, I named it the 2 weeks before. I had Cordae. I have a tie for first. Cordae, Tekka, DaBaby. Like to me, all of them. And for people that ain't heard DaBaby Kirk, y'all need to go hear that album. That shit hard.
Yeah,
the first time I heard it, I was like, I don't know. But then I kept hearing it, and I'm like, ooh. And then Cordae, he came out with The Lost Boy.
I ain't never listened to that.
It's actually good. It's really good, actually.
I mean, I like Cordae, like the way he raps. I don't know. It ain't like attract my eye or whatever.
But you know what it is too? Like his beat choice, it's a little bit slow. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got a lot of soulful, like it's very some boom bap in there, but it's a lot of like soulful like tracks in there. So it might be a little bit slow. But Tekka, people hate on Tekka because his music all sounds the same. I ain't gonna lie to you, and I'm not. You can kind of get the pattern with his music, but I just like the fact that he's not afraid to be himself with it. You know what I'm saying? Like of course he raps about different subjects than what he actually does. Like he don't really be doing some of the stuff he be saying. But if you watch his Genius videos, guys, go watch his Genius videos. He literally says, I don't do any of this. And to be honest with you, rappers, like when they talk shit, it's really just that, talking shit a lot of times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's in order to get off a little bit.
That's like, they go far back into the rap history too. Just like talking shit, trying to make the audience think he's something bigger than he really is.
But not say rock him. Your new rappers today that you listen to, or like that you like.
Like top 5 or just
name them. You can just name. You don't gotta be top 5.
Well, I know the rapper I listen to most now is Comethazine.
Yeah. Look
like,
for his ass till we find him.
Yeah, like he just like, but he just dropped like albums after album for no reason. But all his songs are short. I think that's like a smart tactic though. Like he got hype songs, but they be short, so you want more. And he has short albums, so he can make more music. Like it's genius though. But he like, yeah, that's like the number 1 rapper I listen to right now.
But you know what's like crazy about that? Like when you talk about short songs nowadays, like I think it's genius too. Matter of fact, like guys that have shorter songs. Because I mean, I'm being honest with you, it's like my podcast or like any podcast. When you search up a podcast and you see that shit is like 2 hours, you a little intimidated. You like, But when you see like a 5-minute, 6-minute song, you like, damn, do I really want to hear all 5-6 minutes? But you got to be good at it too. Like Comethazine is gonna be hitting you bar with bar for that whole 2 minutes or a minute 50 seconds, whatever it is. Some guys, I remember Namir, YB and Namir tried it, and Apostapa. If y'all listen to that, it wasn't. You got to know how to do it if you gonna do short songs like that.
Yeah,
that's what I personally think, because he just hit. You wanted to get more of it. You know what I'm saying? Like with Apostapa, you want to get more. You like, damn, only a minute and 30 seconds, bro. You like, oh shit. But when Comethazine do it, it's like that should be kind of fire. So it all depends on who it is. What else? Who else?
JID. I listen to JID. In my opinion, he's better than Kendrick, but he ain't got enough time to say that he's better than Kendrick. Like lyrically, he's better than me. but
Think so?
he ain't got enough under his belt to say that yet.
I say his his rhyme schemes be out this fucking world. J.I.D.
Yeah, put a Tommy Gunn and Tommy Loren mouth. That shit was cold.
I saw this. He's got a new album coming out. I don't know. I'm waiting for
real?
that motherfucker coming out. He said he was coming out with a new album.
Last album I heard from him was I heard DiCaprio too.
DiCaprio too.
Like, that's just like I don't know. That's like the most underrated album I ever heard. I ain't gonna lie.
I think so too.
Well, this generation. Cause like that shit is like every song touched me personally too. Cause like I'm a like artist trying to come up, and it's like some of the songs he writing, and it's like it just hit. I know what he talking about.
I first heard J.I.D. on Double XL, and I was like, dude,
he put me onto him. I ain't gonna lie.
Ooh, I told you.
But I heard Ed and the Diddy, but I ain't like really listened to it like that. But then he put me onto him.
Some people get put off by his voice, but when you hear what he actually got to say, you like, damn, hold on, like he got bars for real. Because I mean, when I heard the Double XL 2018, because I remember Lil Pump, Block Boy JB, Smoke Perp, Namir, what's the girl name? Stefflon Don, Wi-Fi's Funeral, they good. But J.I.D. and Ski Mask stood out like definitely the most. And you could tell because like Double XL do that shit every year where they did it better this year with the rappers, but most of the time they be like, this is the upper class and this is the middle class. These are the dudes who ain't that lyrical. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the only three that wasn't on like rappers that like, but at least that wasn't like that good to me was Gunna, what's the dude's name? Lil Mosey. But to be fair, he just freestyled. Like he actually freestyled.
His writing ain't awful. It ain't awful. That freestyle was rough.
And YK Osiris, them the only three that wasn't like actually good on that list to me. Like everybody else was good. Like Meg was good. I fuck with Meg. I fuck with the baby. Shit. Comel Dazine was on there. Rico Nancy was on there. Like everybody killed it, but them two.
I think Blueface be underrated with the bars. I mean, he not good. I'm not gonna say he's not good. He's like better than people give him credit for when it comes to like punchlines.
Now when he first came out, I think he getting better than when he first came out. I think that's what it is.
You saying like with the offbeat shit?
I mean, not like with the black and just like his lyrics just getting better than when he first came out.
I get you.
Because at first he was just like garbage thing. I think it's just like the time doing him well because it's getting better. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I think the most impressive one out of there, like you knew Cordae could spit. I knew that Cordae could spit, so I figured like he's probably gonna have the best one. But I was really surprised by Rico Nasty.
Yeah, Rico Nasty cold as hell.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So what about? Oh, I'm sorry. What you
I was gonna say she was her Meg and Tierra Whack.
Tierra Whack,
but they were like it's funny because like Rico Nasty is like my favorite female rapper. I ain't gonna lie.
I was gonna ask you,
but she put me on like the XXL put me onto that.
I was gonna ask you like, what do you think about the surge in female rappers now? Like. Now you're seeing them more than ever. Like, there's a ton of them coming out. Like, and there's more than ever. You see City Girls on the radio. You see Megan Thee Stallion on the radio.
I think it's because they found the formula. Like, they know what females want to hear now. And back then, it was like more lyricism in the game. So, like, when you look at MC Lyte and all them, not a lot of the females knew how to rap like that.
Queen Latifah.
But now it's like, Queen Latifah too. But now it's like they got a formula. They know what females want to hear. Like. I don't know how to describe it like that. Fuck nigga shit.
It's like they talking their shit. Just like how, guys rap, dudes that rap, they've been talking their shit for so long on women, and now they like, nah, we gonna flip it and we gonna do the same exact thing. You get what I'm saying? They talk their shit a little bit.
But it's like, when, I'm trying to think. It's like, it didn't even start in this generation, like.
No, like, really, I mean, Missy Elliott.
Not even this, like, Trina and all that.
Yeah, Trina, yeah.
Lil Kim, Trina and all them. They kind of like started the wave, but now like you see more females trying to pick up on it. But
so who your favorite now is Rico Nasty? You said.
I either say her, Meg, or basically.
Cardi B, Nicki.
Nah, Nicki don't even count no more.
You think so?
Cardi B don't write stuff.
Everybody be disrespecting Nicki because I mean she been on some different stuff when it came to interviews, but I mean she's the queen to me.
Like she's not like bad. I just don't listen. I ain't never really.
Oh, you ain't really fuck with her like that. Yeah. Okay, I get what you're saying.
But Cardi B, she seems like a good person, but I don't like her music.
Her music. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like and I think Joe Budden was talking about this a little bit. How she needs to come out with a hood record because now you hear more of it. Like Bodak Yellow. Yeah. It's kind of like that's a hood record. Kind of felt like, I forgot what the song was before. She was all like drenched in red. And I forgot what that song was called. It's on World Star, and I'm sorry, y'all, that I can't remember. Y'all know what I'm saying. If you go on World Star, Cardi B's got a video up. She's going to have red hair. She's going to red jacket, red pants. I forgot what the video was called. That was on some hood shit, too. But it's like when you hear Press, or when you hear a song with Bad Bunny or Bruno Mars, it's like, it's more pop crossover type shit. You know what I'm saying? So she needs to get back to that. Because I think Megan Thee Stallion, she more on like that hood, like...
She was on some, I don't know, she freaky shit.
What about the City Girls?
I ain't gonna lie, I don't fuck with
You
them.
don't fuck with City Girls?
No, that shit give me a headache.
Probably because you heard it so much.
About her nickel. That shit made me so fucking mad.
Wiggly, all that. Yeah, and JT just got out. I didn't hear First Day Out yet, but she just got out.
I ain't trying to like say they not good. I just don't. Personally, I don't like the music.
Mm-hmm. Now, Genius came out with a top 10 teen rappers, and I'm gonna run them off for you guys. Top 10 teen rappers, Genius. Number 10 was Lil Mosey. You take that how you like. Number 9, I was surprised, was NLE Chopper. I think NLE's better than number 9. That's what I think personally. YB and Namir at 8. Jaden Smith at 7, which I'm actually not mad at. Juice WRLD at 6. Mad about that one.
How old is Juice WRLD?
Juice WRLD 20 now. He's 20. He's actually younger than what people think. Bad Baby at 5. That one I had a problem with. Trippie Redd at 4. Number 3. You don't know Trippie Redd?
So how old is he?
He probably can't be more than 20.
That nigga was 32.
Lil Tecca is, I believe, 17. He was number 3. Melly at number 2. INW Melly. And then number 1 was Lil Nas X. Personally, when I look at the list, and you can look at it right here, Juice WRLD is not number 6. Nobody on that. Nobody on this.
I mean,
list.
but I didn't know he was a teenager. That's probably why they put it back so much.
That's what I'm thinking, maybe.
But yeah, he should be number 1.
Man, because I mean, Lil Nas. But I said this when I first looked at the list. I said Lil Nas X he's not a rapper. But then I was like, well, if I say Lil Nas X ain't a rapper, then Polo G ain't a rapper. Because thing about it is like they both have that like melodic rapping type shit. Like
Lil Nas actually makes like country music.
He does. But I guess they put him in the rap category. I don't know.
It's like a hybrid between rap and country.
Right, trap.
So it's like a fusion.
It's weird. But I say Juice WRLD has like literally the second biggest song on this list. Lucid Dreams had come out last year. And I mean, you're going to see what Ransom does and you're going to see what Murder on My Mind, because that's still getting views to this day. That's still going up. But yeah. At this point right now, Lucid Dreams is he has the second biggest song on this list out of everybody on here. I thought he should have been higher on the list. But I think we got everything out the way pretty much. Yeah, that's it. Pretty much, we got everything out the way. Me, Jelani Smith, Artis, just ran through a little bit some hip hop sections. We're gonna be right back. This is Sideline Saturdays. Yo, we back on Sideline Saturdays. It's Jelani Ace, aka Artis, aka the Brody. We're going to get into a little conversation. We're going to dive into probably a plethora or variety of topics with this one. But the first thing I want to ask you, as a rapper, an aspiring rapper, somebody who's on the come up, like, what are your goals? Like short-term goals and then long-term goals for yourself as a rapper?
So my goals, like for the next few years, is to basically, I just want to be like, basically just get figured out. I want to be noticed, and then earn respect
as a rapper.
Yeah, as a rapper. I don't want to be like a regular rapper out. Like I just want to be like something like an icon, basically.
Like icon, like yeah. So who in the game is like an icon to you? I mean, I know who I think.
Nowadays, I think I ain't gonna lie. Nowadays, I only think it's like 5 icons.
5 icons. Who's that?
Chief Keef.
Chief Keef, that's interesting. I like that. I actually like that one.
J. Cole, Kendrick. Who else?
Lil Wayne.
I mean, do Lil Wayne, like, do he count still?
I mean, he still put out music. I don't know if he would.
I mean, yeah, but I'm talking about like that, like.
Oh, like really current, like current today now. Okay, you said Kendrick, Cole, and you said Chief Keef.
Yeah, who else? I'm trying to think. It ain't really too much though. That's my point. It's not like a lot. Like all the rappers, they just seem like they just here. But to be fair, it like past couple years, there's been a lot of new rappers, like new rappers.
Oh yeah, there's new rappers every day. Like that's the thing.
Yeah, so to be fair, I can't really say that.
I said I remember when I was talking my first ever episode. If you guys haven't seen it, go check out episode 1. I dove into gave you guys a little bit of information on 6ix9ine. I said in the episode that 6ix9ine wasn't even a rapper. Like he had no aspirations to be a rapper when he first started. He was working at a deli. That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot more people do that now. I heard Blueface say, and I think I heard Cardi B say that they really in this rapping shit in order to get a bag.
Yeah, that's what I'm not trying to do. Though. Money come last, because if you chase money, you're just gonna keep running. So I'm gonna just sit back and let the money come to me.
When did you become passionate about rap? When did you say I want to be a rapper?
I used to rap when I was 4, but it was like just a joke. Like cute thing I did. But I used to rap for real when I was 6. I started when I was 6.
6.
Yeah, but then I kind of like was insecure about it, so I didn't really start telling people about it like recently. Because I used to get made fun of for it.
I remember we was in Spanish class, and I know you remember this. Like one of the first real conversations we ended up having was like, you showed me this diss. Yeah, this verse that you had for one of your friends, and I looked at it and I was like, this shit is actually really good. And you were like, for real? I was like, this shit is actually good. Like, this is, I don't remember like exactly what he said. I can only remember probably like run one reference off it, but I forgot. Who'd you make that for?
It was the dude in my group, Micah.
Yeah, that was the concept of it was like funny because I'm like, you made a diss track for somebody in your group, but then like when I heard it, when I like saw the lyrics and all that, and I think we passed the notebook to like some other people, they saw it too, and then they was like, this is good, like this is actually dope.
But the thing is, I was with his friends, so they hyped him up. That shit wasn't fair. It was like I was behind enemy lines. That shit was funny.
It was like some super high fire shit. Like he had a bunch of niggas around him. He was like, every time he said anything that involved rhyming words together, it was like, oh, and then he was in there in the background.
It was funny because we were just talking about this the other day, like a few weeks ago. He like, I ain't gonna lie, we was being biased to him. Yeah, he
admitted it.
Yeah, he said it was good.
That's what it was good. And I was like, at first, like when somebody comes up, first off, this doesn't happen to me like every day or like any day, to be honest with you. No person just comes up to me usually and be like, hey, what do you think about my verse right here? But usually if somebody says that, usually you would think like, oh, this shit ain't finna be good. But I was actually like, when I heard it, I was actually like, not heard it. When I seen it and I looked it over, I was like, it kind of astounded me that you actually took it seriously. Because I figured you just wrote some like bat, rat, tat, I get it on my back type shit. You know what I'm saying?
I've been doing this shit for like 12 years so far. I'm 18 now. So I just turned 18.
So in terms of, like you say, icons. So like, not icons today, but like icons overall in rap. Like, who do you think those people are? And when I think of an icon, I think of somebody like, let's say like this. Like I explained it in my basketball thing, and I think it's the same for rap probably. Like, icon to me represents somebody like, even if you don't listen to their music or you don't necessarily know about the field that they in, or you don't know a lot about them in general, when you hear their name, when you hear hip hop, you're gonna know, oh yeah, that's the first name you come up. So when I talk about basketball, like even if you don't watch basketball, you know who Michael Jordan is, you know who LeBron James is. For rap, who do you think rap icons are? Like icons, like forever.
I say like,
I mean, Pac obviously is one.
Yeah, I ain't finna go like the general people though.
Oh, you thinking of like, okay, some other. So I mean, we got the basic ones right now.
I say like right now or just like
just all time.
I say, it depends on like what you talking about. Like if you talking about for lyricism, I say no, that's Rakim. Who else? Biggie. Jadakiss. I don't listen to Jadakiss, but I'll give him his credit.
Jadakiss. Okay, that's a different one. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think of Jadakiss.
A lot of people should, but if you're talking about like for like just saying what they gotta say, you gotta look at Ice Cube. Who else? Eminem.
Oh, in terms of like people, like in terms of like in terms of like what they saying, their content coming out of them, like what they saying,
and don't care about the repercussions.
Oh, I mean, you could think of you could talk about, like I said, Ice Cube. I think in terms of people who don't care, I mean, like Pac was one of them people. Pac too. Biggie was one of them people too. He didn't care what came out of his mouth. I don't know so much about Jay-Z.
Big L.
But Jay-Z is an icon.
Big L for lyricism too.
Big L was,
in fact, I would add him to my top 5. I'm not gonna.
But yeah, Big L, man, like when I heard Big L, and the first thing I heard, you know what I actually heard? I used to be like a big old basketball head, basketball head, to the point where like all the basketball heads out here, y'all know what I'm talking about. I would listen to like highlight reel music. So like, let's say like I'm listening to Ball's Life. I would literally listen to the music because the music to me like slapped. So one time I was on YouTube and I think I was watching, who was it? I might have been watching like Baron Davis highlight reel or something like that. And I heard the song and it was Put It On. And I was like, who made this?
That was the first song I heard.
That's the first song I heard.
The first song I heard was the 98 Freestyle.
98, oh, Jay-Z. Bobito Garcia in the studio, in the station, right? Yeah, oh man. If y'all don't know about that, you ain't a hip hop head. He tore that up. I don't care if it was written or not. They both went in, but Big L really, really went in. That was like the first. That's like the second like content that I heard from Big L was that pretty much. But yeah, Put It On. That was the first one. I was like, who made this, bro? Like this is really good. And then when I seen it was Big L, I looked a little bit more research on him. Heard that he died. What he died? 1999, I believe it was.
Yeah, 99.
99. But then I started listening to his music, and it was just. Even rappers today, like YBN Cordae, that's one of his inspirations. His big L.
Yeah, Mac Miller too.
Mac Miller. Rest in peace, Mac Miller. So, getting off that subject a little bit, switching lanes a little bit. Who are your favorite figures, like historical figures in society? For like, giving you an example. For me personally, like one of my favorites, probably like top 3, is Malcolm X for me. Another one is Muhammad Ali. I love Muhammad Ali. Pac. Nelson Mandela. You know, people like that. You know what I'm saying? So, who are your favorite historical figures?
Yeah, I would say Malcolm and Ali and Pac too. But I say Huey Newton and Bobby Seale, the founders of the Black Panthers.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Who
absolutely.
else? Jeff Fort, founder of the Blackstones.
Mm-hmm.
King Bull, other founder of the Blackstones.
I see you.
Yeah, Moses.
There you go. We get.
I mean, it's like
Gandhi.
A lot of, like,
no, Gandhi was. I hear. Okay, I don't know much about this. I ain't finna act like I know about Gandhi like that. I heard Gandhi was racist, a little bit.
I don't know about that. I don't really look into Gandhi like that.
I have to research it a little bit. I heard Gandhi was. Maybe somebody can give me a little more info on that a little bit. I'm not gonna act like I know everything about Gandhi, but I've heard that he wasn't the nicest to Africans or African Americans. So we have to check that out a little bit. So in terms of like today, the political world today, what do you think can be done? Because a lot of times what I hear on TV, you hear about the middle class. So guys like us, you see what I'm saying? That can't, like, I'm from the suburbs. You born in Chicago or born in Chicago, so different, but you went to high school in the suburbs.
Yeah.
You know, middle class type of life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What do you think what needs to be done for the lower people? Like, you know, not lower people, I should say, poor people, poor black people. What do you think can be done for them?
I hate to say it, but I don't think anything can be done as long as we're like in a capitalist
society.
Yeah, because that's the rules of capitalism. Like, somebody has to be down so other people can be up.
Absolutely.
And like the only way that the people that's down now can be up is if the roles switch, so the people that's rich like fall now. That's the only way I think it'll work. But it's always gonna be some people down. That's how it works. I hate to say it though.
Do you think that rappers today need to? Do you think that rappers should be more? Do rappers need to be held up for their lyrics? Like, you know, so when a guy like when 6ix9ine, or not even 6ix9ine, Blueface, when he talks about killing somebody, like, do you think he should be more cautious of what he's saying, or do you even look at rappers in that type of light? Like, because some people say rappers ain't politicians; they don't have to censor themselves.
I mean, yeah, I don't believe they have to censor themselves, but I think that that's not the only like path they should like
take. Yeah,
like, you can be more than a rapper while you a rapper. You can be a rapper and an advisor or whatever, like Pac was. Oh, but yeah. I don't think you should have to censor your music. That's taken away from your First Amendment.
Absolutely. I mean, some people though, you hear like, at least pressure from the media a lot of times. Like, they talk about like old heads. They'll say like, man, they ain't talking about nothing nowadays.
But the thing is, they was saying that back then about them.
That's what I said that too.
Like, they'll say, oh, what is this Bibi about? What is this? Like, they're saying the same thing.
Exactly.
But the thing is, like, since so old, we look at it like, oh, that's corny or whatever. So like, we don't look at it like as we do the music that's out now. Like, we just look at it like some old stuff. I
would say, like, for me, like, personally, you know what thing used to kill me a lot of times? When MC Hammer came out, he came out with Can't Touch This. And he was all like, when he came out with he had the hammer pants and all that, and everybody's like, you a sellout. And I was like, I said, okay, but how much better are y'all, the rappers out there who, like, the people that are calling him out, telling him he's a sellout? But then you don't talk about nothing. You a pop crossover. You this, that, or the third. But y'all talking about drugs, partying, misogyny. You know, misogyny against women, things like that. And I'm like, y'all kind of being hypocritical. Now, I'm not saying that MC Hammer, MC Hammer can do whatever the hell he wants. But I just think in terms of like reflection and hypocritical on rappers, like the people that were calling him out, it was like, dude, like, what are you talking about though? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like, it depends on like what all your music is about. Cause you can rap about one song having fun and rap about another one on a serious note. But I think all those rappers that was rapping about misogyny and all killing people, unless they was really doing that, then they is hypocrites. Cause like, if you was really doing that, that's just like taken from your life experience. But
you see what I'm saying?
I see like MC Hammer, I do kind of see him as a sellout because he was like doing that to get clout or whatever, and then trying to get signed by them white record labels and all
like
that.
Def Jam and shit like
Nah,
that.
Def Jam black though, but yeah, y'all know what you mean.
I get what you know. Yeah, whatever.
But I think he was just doing that for attention. That's what makes him a coon, like rapping about stuff.
So what exactly, like, because I mean, we were talking about this actually in one of my classes, in my sociology class, and we talked about like sellouts. Like, what constitutes a sellout to you?
A sellout is selling yourself, degrading yourself, like, or your race or your group of people, whoever you belong with. Degrading yourself just for like personal benefit. I consider that a sellout. You can be a sellout in anything.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like 6ix9ine is a sellout because I mean, I don't know his situation though, but I know.
You want me to explain to you right now?
I mean, like, I know they was like trying to set him up, so I ain't really trying to blame him or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I know he was like,
maybe
that's a sellout to me though. Like, if you snitching and people that you claim that you be with all the time, that's a sellout.
Correct on that. I think he should be given more sympathy. While we sitting here, I know you heard because we talked about it. He signed a record deal, right?
Yeah.
$10 million. Like, what do you think about? What do you think the reaction is gonna be when he starts making music again?
I don't think people gonna listen. I think it'll go up just to see what he talking about, but I don't think people gonna listen to it. I think it's done for.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know where. You know what the thing about that it is, and I may not have done my research like the way I was supposed to, but like when I heard about it, I was like, okay. But then I'm like, so what is he gonna talk about? What exactly? What, you gonna make gospel music? Because he ain't gonna make no damn hip hop music.
Nobody gonna believe it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we all kind of done with, like, you represent the highest of rap cap. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, dude, what are you gonna talk about really exactly? Like, you can't talk about toting guns no more. We all know you ain't with that. You can't talk about being with the gang no more. No Bloods will ever accept you.
But that's like,
or Crips.
He's
or
also
GD.
a coon. I don't know if he's a coon because he like, I ain't thinking today. But I think he's like, he's trying to sell himself out so he can get like gain or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a coon. Anytime you sell your soul.
I would say, like, one thing I would say, this. I remember, like, in my sociology class, we had a video, and it was a black guy. Might have been Jamaican or something like that. He had dreads. He talked in a Jamaican accent, and he was talking about his new marriage to a white woman. And I said this in class. I said, a black man is not a sellout for dating or marrying a white woman. What makes him a sellout is the thing that he said during his interview. He said, well, now that I used to go out with a black woman, but now that I'm with a white woman, all my clothes get ironed, my food gets cooked, like I get to work on time, she drives me around whenever I need it, my clothes are always washed. To me, that's a sellout. When you like degrading your own people, like saying like black women couldn't do that for you, like she couldn't cook for you, like she couldn't wash your clothes. That's a sellout.
You have to find the right black.
That's what I'm saying. And I actually have friends who say, like, we went to TF South, and like from the experience that they had, they always say black girls ghetto, and it's like, dude, like, not all black girls is, number one, they just not your type, but then they'll like completely stray away from black women, which shouldn't be a thing. You know what I'm saying?
Personally, I never dated a white girl, but that's just out of pride. I'm not finna show love to nobody who people did my people dirty for. As long as history shows.
I want you to talk about that a little bit, actually, because this is going to be like I said, a variety of topics, and we're covering a lot of different ones. We jumping subject to subject here. You said something interesting about Thanksgiving, that you don't celebrate Thanksgiving.
Can you re-up me on that? I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. I forget.
Because I remember you talked about it. We will have to get back to that one. Because I remember it was Thanksgiving. And you told me a reason. It was about the Pilgrims. And I'm sorry, I don't remember exactly what he said.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember like word for word. So
saying it exactly. You don't want to say it exactly. I just remember that a little. I do remember that.
What was it about?
It was about it was really about it was about the Pilgrims and the way they treated black people or something like that. Genocide. I forgot exactly what you said, but
I might have said it was like celebrating genocide.
That's what it was. It was like, it was something about genocide. I know that for a fact. We'll have to probably touch on that one a little bit later. Donald Trump. What about the 2020 election coming up, and what do you think about Donald Trump and what he's got going on?
I think like if he do get out of office, it's not going to really change much.
Well, no.
Because like you see how many people follow him. That's how people think nowadays. So
yeah, and he appeals to poor white people.
Yeah, so it's like if you get one person out of office, it's not going to change the mind of all them people.
Getting to that also, what do you think that he's trolling? Or do you think that he's dead serious about? Because some of the tweets, I swear to God, y'all, like some of the things he be saying, I'm like, there's no way you really think this and just tweeted that out like that.
Yeah,
I don't know. You can't troll as the president, so I shouldn't say that. But like, what?
There's some people that just like to aggravate people.
That's what I'm like. What are you doing? What would you say that for?
But I don't really be paying attention to like his Twitter and all that. I just try to stay away from all that.
But back to what you said about you don't think one person could change, like the ultimate president position. Like everybody talks about, and I actually read this book not too long ago, is The Disappearance of Black Leadership, and they talked about what Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, I'm not gonna say Jesse Jackson. There's a reason why I won't say Jesse Jackson, but basically those two right there. They talked about how black leadership has disappeared since they were gone. What is your take on that? So what, like on this, black leadership, like one person can't be the voice for millions and millions of people.
I think that the black people think it's over with. Like the movement is over with. It ain't never really gonna be over with until we got complete control or complete power over our lives. Because what we did when we integrated, it's like, say your enemy living in the house, and then you knocking on his door trying to let you in. You finally get in, but you gotta live under their rules now. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because
no, I get what you're saying. You under their control, so yeah, you get in, but at the end of the day, you still under them.
Until you get your own house, you ain't got no power for real.
Right.
Because like everything is controlled by them. Like, we can't really do nothing. But I think that they think it's over now, so they feel like they ain't got to step up because they make like the media and all that. Like they make everything seem like it's like
it's okay.
La La Land. Yeah,
it's okay. Exactly. I want to talk about that with TV, like representation in TV. A lot of times when you're watching TV, who's represented? Wealthy black people and then middle class black people. That's all you see. So a lot of times it brainwashes you to a point where you're like, oh, you think everything's okay because you're looking at it and it's like, hey, it's black people and white people playing together and it's like, oh, that's cool. Like that must be America. And really, you don't hear the stories enough about people that get shot every day or people that are living like animals, basically. You don't hear enough about them type of people.
That's because that's what integration couldn't fix. We ended up segregated anyway. Like
right.
Black people in one part of the one part of society, they living at low income, all that type of stuff. And then the white people, like I ain't just gonna say white people, there's some black people and some other people up there too, but it's majority white people. You'll find like living nicely.
Living nicely.
So I just see integration as like wasteless. And we're really no point in doing it anyway.
Somebody one of my classmates did a really great presentation on that actually and talked about how integrating might have been a backstep.
That's what,
you know what I'm saying?
Dr. King said. He said he led black people into the burning house. That's the real reason why he got killed. He got killed because he started to like see what was going on, and he was trying to renege against that. But then they didn't want that. It was a whole agenda to it.
Man, ooh, wow. I had heard about that. What you just said right there about Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
I hadn't read too much up on that.
Because he was the most hated man in America for like a couple years.
Well, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Because when he was preaching peace, they loved him. Ain't nobody touched him. Well, they stabbed him once, but they ain't like.
Well, I mean, they tried to burn his house down. There was a lot of other things that happened, but like, I get what you're saying. He was the most hated man, but when he was talking peace, it was a little bit different. Yeah. Than what if somebody like Malcolm X was a little bit more divisive on that subject, and said, not that black people should go out and try to kill white people, but defend yourself. Yeah. So what about Malcolm X isn't portrayed enough in society? Like, what do you think? Like, because I mean, a lot of times you hear that he was just that dude who wanted people to get violent.
I think he was just like a harsh truth. So people don't really like truth unless it sounds sweet. That's I think he was just like, he wasn't violent. He was like reactive. So if you do something to me, I'm gonna do something back to you. You ain't got a right to do nothing to me, and I do nothing to you. I think that's what that's what I took away from him.
I think a lot of times what they do nowadays is when you talk about black leadership, like I remember Malcolm X after he died, there was aftermath, there was a reaction to it, there was sadness in the community, there was sadness all over the world. But when that Malcolm X movie came out with Spike Lee, Denzel Washington, it was like people started listening to his speeches again, and they were like getting like riled up. Yeah. And people were buying T-shirts, and people were screaming Malcolm X. All of a sudden, it was like a resurgence of him. But they didn't take what he said and actually put something to it. And I think a lot of times with these rallies or speeches with people, you hear a lot of these sound bites. You know what I'm saying? But you don't hear no action behind it. Yeah. It's like these people come in and I'm gonna be real with you. Let's say Jesse Jackson, somebody who like hears about a tragedy that happened. Let's say an unarmed black person gets killed by a police officer. And then he goes up there and he does a speech and he says all this amazing stuff, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. and then he goes to these social work programs or people like that, and then he says, all right, it's your turn. I'm the one that did the speech. It's your turn now. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
And I think enough as a society, words ain't enough no more at this point. There has to be action behind them more. Not violent action, just action in general, though. You get what I'm saying? But that's pretty much what we want to cover. So pretty much what we want to cover here on Sideline Saturdays. A little bit of politics, just various subjects for you guys. Ace Jelani Smith. We'll be right back with the ending of Sideline Saturdays. We back. That about wraps it up today for the 4th episode of Sideline Saturdays. It's been Jelani Smith with Artis. We got to cover a lot of different subjects. Hip-hop, a little bit of some politics, a little bit of your favorite figures in hip-hop and politics. Historically overall, you know what I'm saying? So we got a little bit, we jumped from subject to subject, and we got to cover a large base of things. First off, I appreciate you having you on.
I appreciate you having me.
It's been one, my guy. It's been one. I hope you bring, he's got a group, BSK Entertainment.
Oh, yeah. BSK Black Story Killer. We, 5 of us, I'm going to try to come back up here with them so y'all can see what's going on.
That would be a dope ass podcast.
Yeah.
If I can get 5, if it's 6 of us talking, we can get like, that's what I've been wanting to do for a while now. It's like just get a bunch of guys up here and do what they do.
Yeah.
Like that, get to be able to talk and have ideas bounced off like that. That would be a lot.
And it's fun because all of us is like, got different personalities. We all think different. So yeah.
You know, I haven't talked to in a while, Jonah. I ain't talked to Jonah in a while. I haven't talked, but I know he goes to Robert Morris right now. But I ain't talked to him in a little bit. I'm gonna have to bring him up here on the show at some point. But also, you got your individual channel too?
Oh yeah, Ace of BSK. Look it up on YouTube. Look up my Apple Music, Spotify, all that, every platform. Just look up King Ace. You'll see a picture of me.
Stream that, like that, go view that. Put a comment underneath. Tell him his shit's fire. I think you guys are gonna like it for real.
Yeah, sure. Trying to get out there.
Share it too. Anybody that listens to this podcast or is going to listen to this podcast, I want you guys to share his music, get him out a little bit because he is a talented rapper. I really do believe in him, and I think he's going to be going places sooner rather than later.
XXL freshman next year.
Hey,
that's
speaking into existence.
Freshman next year.
Speaking into existence, 2020 XXL. Check my boy out right now, Ace.
I'm trying to do it before I get old.
Yeah, you don't want to be 33 on the cover with some 19.
I'm trying to do it before I get 20.
Before you get 20?
Yeah.
18? You 18?
Yeah,
or 19?
yeah.
18. 2 years. Are you 19?
I'm 18.
You 18? Okay. That's because your birthday in July. Shit, that's right.
Yeah. I just turned 18 though. I should have tried to do it this year.
Yeah, you young. But it has been one on Sideline Saturdays. Jelani Smith, Ace. I appreciate everybody that's been listening and everybody that critiques. And be ready for the next episode. It's been one.